Hello all, welcome back. My name is GK. As you all know, I have passed Cloud Digital Leader some time back. And if you haven't watched my previous video on how I have passed and my experience, please go back and watch that video. So in this video, I'm going to go over the sample questions that are there in this website. So when I took this exam, there were no such questions, but as I was revisiting the page for some people who asked me if there are any questions, and I found the questions here. So in this video, you're going to learn how I would approach to the questions, how I would answer them, and also it's very important to practice these questions before you go to the exam. So go to the Cloud Digital Leader certification homepage, the exam overview, and when you scroll down, you will see a section called Launch Sample Questions. And then it will ask you to fill in some details like your name and all those things. Just fill in whatever you want, it doesn't matter. And once you are done with that, you will get to the Google Forms and you will see these questions. So speaking of cloud, so this video is sponsored by Cloudways. It's a real joy to see that in times like these, there are platforms like Cloudways that value their users' peace of mind and flexibility, so you can just focus on what's important for you, growing your business and reaching new milestones. The platform enables this by providing 24/7 support, managed services, automated backups, real-time monitoring, choice of 5 cloud providers like AWS, DigitalOcean, Linode, etc., and many other features. It doesn't end here. As you all know, with any cloud service provider, they also have the flexibility of pay-as-you-go method, which means you only pay for the resources you have used. If you guys are interested to host your website here, you get 1 month of free hosting by using the code GK. I'm going to paste that in the description, and also you'll get $15 free hosting credit. So with that, let's go back to our video. So you're a program manager at a startup company that offers machine learning based product recommendations for retail business. All your services are currently hosted on a service server in your office. You have been asked to recommend a solution that will allow reliable scalability, pay-per-use pricing model. So as you all know, pay-per-use pricing model is commonly associated with a cloud service provider, and a wide range of managed services to scale your existing machine learning algorithms. And also managed services is another keyword that you want to carefully look in the question, and scale your existing machine learning algorithms. So basically you got two important keywords here, pay-per-use and then managed services. Now let's go into the options. So the first option is migrate your existing services to a powerful server, which is not correct. Migrate your existing services to public cloud. This is correct because you have paper pricing model and the managed services. But again, let's cover the two options as well. Contact your ISP to increase your bandwidth. This doesn't make any sense. Improve the performance of your services by optimizing your algorithms. So this is the right answer, and let's go to the next question. So you work for an e-commerce company and want to gain insights from your customers' historical purchases. You want to access data while protecting sensitive data, including personally identifiable information like PII. Which solution would work best for you? So for this question, you have to be familiar with the services. And for the PI information, the service that would help you to protect your data is Cloud Data Loss Prevention API. Even if you go by the elimination, this would be the right answer. So most important takeaway from this question is knowing the services. So you are responsible for estimating your organization's consumption costs in your cloud environment, Google Cloud environment. You want your company's engineers to be able to access resources as desired to optimally run their services while avoiding unexpected costs. You also want to track actual Google Cloud spend against your estimated spend. What methods aligns with Google recommendations to track your cost? So the first option, this is a bit complex question because this is like, to understand how you would logically solve a problem. So export your billing data into Google Sheet and track your actual cost, which is not a bad idea, but let's look at other options as well. Set a budget amount and a budget alert threshold to track your Google Cloud spend. Monitor your spend on the Google Cloud billing report and terminate resources with high cost. Monitor your spend on the Google Cloud billing report and terminate projects with the high cost. So out of these all, so the first one, which is okay, but you still have to do manually and understand, what is your budget, and look through these sheets every now and then, so which makes no sense, which is not the right way of doing this. And this seems to be the right answer for me, because here you're going to set a budget amount, and then alerts will be used to send you an email or whenever you're reaching the threshold of the budget to track your Google Cloud spend. I think the second option is the right answer for this. So let's go to the next question. You are a program manager for a team that is developing a new application. The application will process events that are generated whenever a new transaction is completed in any of the 3 legacy systems already in production. Your business goal is to limit the amount of management overhead, scale to handle spikes in transactions, and keep latency under control. Given those requirements, what serverless platform will meet your team's needs? So for this, I think the best option would be Cloud Functions. So let's see if that is the right answer. Cloud Functions. A global application running on Google Cloud Compute Engine requires access to a file that must be shared between multiple instances and zones. Which cloud storage option is best suited for storing this file? In this scenario, the best option would be a cloud storage bucket, because let's say you put the file in a bucket. Now, not only 2 instances, but pretty much all the instances across different applications across Compute Engine can access this common bucket instead of storing in a local SSD, because if you store in a local SSD, you have to attach to a GC instance, and then only that instance can access that, unless you do some NFS or all those things. But anyways, so this option makes a lot of sense. So you work for a large enterprise that has recently migrated to Google Cloud and needs to define their resource hierarchy. Your organization has multiple teams. Each team work independently on projects. Your hierarchy needs to be structured so that each team only has access to their own resources. Which policy setting will accomplish this goal according to Google's recommended best practices? So one organization resource per team will be too much, because usually the way it works in companies is they'll have one organization and then they will create folders and projects under that organization, and you don't have to create one organization per team. So one project that contains all of each team's resources. This is also not a good idea, because if you have only one project, like if you have multiple teams using the same project, then you're not controlling the blast radius. So either you can go with one project per team or one folder per team. I think in this design, I would suggest one folder per team. So that way, if you have multiple projects, or if application is complex, then they can have multiple projects in that folder. So this makes sense for me. So as your organization grows, resource consumption increases. You need to avoid running out of resources in the long term and ensure your organization experiences positive financial growth. What should you do? As the company grows, you want to automatically grow your resources. That's again closer to what all cloud service providers would say, the advantage of coming to cloud. So invest in your on-premise infrastructure to make it sure it can keep up with the resources consumption. This is like a capital investment, which is not a lot of companies are trying to do these days. They want to make it as an operational cost, operational expenses, which is investing in cloud. So this is not the right answer. Gradually migrate your workloads to cloud to take the advantage of the elasticity of cloud resources. This seems to be correct. Optimize your resources consumption to make sure it does not consume all the available resources. Automate your on-premises development to save on operational overhead costs. So this makes sense for this exam also, because the motive of this exam is to tell your customers to go to cloud. So this makes sense. Also, this is to avoid running out of resources in the long term. So your small organization recently decided to expand globally within 2 weeks. Currently, all your applications and services are hosted by a private hosting company within a single geographical region. Which 2 actions will allow you to scale your application and services while minimizing costs? But this is again a PR program to talk about a cloud service provider or going into cloud. So purchase more resources from your current private hosting provider will not solve the problem. Select a public cloud provider that allows hybrid integration with your private cloud provider. Maybe contact different private hosting providers in each. This also is an expensive proposition. Plan a migration of your current application and services from your private hosting provider to the public cloud. This makes sense. Focus on purchasing powerful servers for your office to reduce the latency. This doesn't make sense. I think If you're talking about cloud migration and also these two options are closer to, what that's been asked in the question. Your company's on-premises infrastructure capabilities are unable to keep up with business growth. As a result, is experiencing unpredictable spikes in the infrastructure maintenance. The on-premises storage is overwhelmed by the significant increase in the volume of your data. You have been asked to recommend a solution that will ensure reliable scaling, a predictable cost model, and ability to work efficiently. Which solution meets these requirements? Again, this question is also for the cloud service provider to help your customers to go to cloud and tell them what are the advantages of going into cloud when compared to on-premise. Preemptively purchasing extra compute and storage resources and add them to your existing infrastructure. This is again capital investment into your current data center. Invest in more premium networking equipment which can reduce your existing infrastructure latency. This will only solve part of the problem. Plan a migration to an infrastructure as a service solution offered by a public cloud provider and prioritize your data migration. This seems to be the right answer. And hire more engineers to speed up your product development time and data warehouse platform. This makes no sense. All right. So I think that's pretty much it. Now let's go into the answers and see how many of the questions we got it correctly. All right. So the first question is correct. The second question is correct as well. Third question is correct. So this answer I got it wrong. I was a little confused between Cloud Run versus Cloud Functions. Handle spikes in the transactions and keep latency under control. Cloud Run would make sense. Okay, so this is what I've got it wrong. So keep that in mind. And this is correct. This is correct. And finally, everything else is correct. Okay. So overall, these practice questions are to the point. Whatever you're going to experience in the exam, I would highly recommend doing this practice test at least twice before you go to the exam. With that, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions related to this exam. Again, do practice and I wish you good luck. Thank you all. Take care. Bye.